Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Anchorage Ice Tigers Draft to Glory franchise mode here in NHL 23. So it's been about 3 weeks since I recorded, I think, that Stanley Cup Finals episode that was the last episode, and I have not touched this mode since, well, other than Chicago franchise mode-wise, but I just have been so dejected after that loss. It was probably one of the toughest losses I've ever had in a franchise mode easily because this team really should have won the Stanley Cup. I don't get why the Islanders ended up winning it, but they did. As you can see, we lost this first game in overtime, which I believe was the one we had the lead in, so we should have technically won this game, and then we would have won the series in, I think, in only in 5 games. But instead, it basically goes to 6 games. We end up losing in overtime because we jumped in the game and watched, and we had so many good power play chances. They had a lot of shot blocks. Their goaltender was making huge saves, and then Yuri Kulich got a short-handed goal to give the Islanders a chance in Game 7, and then we got completely shat on in Game 7. And it really, really stings because this was probably our best chance at winning a Stanley Cup. I don't think we're going to get another chance like this where we come that close, just because of the fact that we do have a lot of guys that eventually probably will be leaving this team, especially this offseason, like Coley Minen. I think his contract's up for renewal. I honestly don't remember exactly because it's been a while since, like I said, I've recorded an episode for the series. But yeah, Coley Minen's likely gone, but we will obviously keep on to all our RFAs. Hartnell's a very important piece still here, but he's not an RFA for much longer. Same with Wong, Harry Allen, those type of guys. We might end up losing Farrell because he might ask for too much money. He's a UFA already, which really sucks. If he was an RFA, obviously I'd like to keep this guy around still, but I might have to let him walk. And then, a lot of our other RFAs and stuff like that. But our team is starting to definitely have that window close on them, and it is pretty concerning. So there is that. Anyways, before we get into actually simulating up to the awards, because we actually didn't take a look at the awards and stuff like that this season, because we didn't actually simulate up to that in the draft lottery results and all that type of thing. We do have quite a few comments, obviously, coming off a Stanley Cup Finals loss like that. So the first two are from Christopher Davis. The first one, he says, "I can hear the heartbreak in your voice after that loss. So tough to hear." And yeah, it was like I didn't want to be even playing this game right after that because it just took a lot out of me mentally. I was thinking we were going to win the Stanley Cup going into that overtime, and I was expecting an overtime Stanley Cup winning goal, and then it would have been an awesome episode. And instead we get shat on by a shorthanded goal, and then we also go to a Game 7 where we actually got crapped on by Yuri Kulich again because he had a hat trick in that first period. So it was utter deflate, and also the effort from our team was incredible until the very end, pretty much. And goaltending was probably our problem, I'd say. Maybe defensive play was their problem, but regardless, Avery Parrott had 20 goals in that playoffs and 35 points, which is one of the best playoff performances in NHL history, if I'm not mistaken. Let me actually look that up right now. I know this episode's probably going to be long already because I'm talking quite a bit here early on, but most NHL playoff points. I'm pretty sure this was a playoff performance for the ages from Avery Parrott. Let's see. Most playoff points, not career-wise. I want to look at a specific season. In a season, I'm pretty sure it was 40, right? Oh, it was 47. So yeah, basically the 35 points by Avery Parrott is tied for 8th most in a playoff performance. He ties with Doug Gilmour, Wayne Gretzky, and Mike Bossy. And the best point totals in the playoffs as of recent memory is from 2008-09, where Evgeny Malkin had 36, and then Kucherov, who had 34 in 2019-20. So, basically Parrott had a playoff performance for the ages, and unfortunately, he's not going to get his name on the Stanley Cup this season, and hopefully it does come at some stage, but if it doesn't, then this will be the closest he'll ever get. Also, Christopher says, "You're the only person I watch do franchise mode now, but man, just watching someone else play this game is unbelievably frustrating. EA makes the worst AI. No way IRL you would have lost this series." I do get that this game is frustrating to watch, the AI and whatnot, in a sense. For me, I find it actually kind of fun to watch the AI. I know there is definitely a lot of problems with it and whatnot, but it is kind of fun to just like watch game outcomes and stuff like that. But it is kind of frustrating when it's almost like scripted into the game. The next comment is from Nick Bucker Barons OC, who says, "How the fuck did we not win the series?" And I agree. I don't know how the heck we won the series. Did not win the series. Because, like, literally, there's, like, so many, like, let me go back through our player stats, because I honestly don't even remember some of this stuff. Like, you guys will easily have seen this recently, but, like, look how good our player stats were this playoff run. Like, we definitely deserved the Stanley Cup based on all these point totals. Like, I don't know if I didn't intervene that one game, if we would have ended up winning on the power play instead of giving up a shorthanded goal, or maybe I jinxed it. Like, the goaltending was probably the problem at the... yeah, I'd say it's probably the goaltending that was the problem for the most concern. But, like, we had so many good players this playoff run that we deserved that Stanley Cup easily. Like, how many guys were above 20-plus points? 6 players. That's unreal. Just unreal. This comment is from Cadillac. He says, "Hopefully they don't end up like Houston." And yeah, that ship has already sailed. I think they're already going to be like Houston, because from here on out, like, we have 6, or wait, how not more than 6 seasons? Maybe like 10 seasons, 5 seasons, or not 10, 9 seasons, somewhere around there. I think we're down into single-digit seasons left of this franchise mode already, which is kind of nuts. So I don't know if we're gonna have our windows now start to creep out on us, where we're only gonna be like a first-round exit from here on out, but. I mean, at least this team's made 2 Stanley Cup Finals. I'm pretty sure in Houston we only made like 1 of them, so this team might be a little bit more successful, but I don't know if they've had the better roster or not. The next few comments are from Retool B. He says, "Blowing a 3-2 series lead is so tough. I just hope that this isn't the last ride into the finals that this team is going to get, though," which I obviously agree with. He also says, "Try and keep your RFAs tendered and focus on signing the big-name UFAs on the forward and defensive side, but looks like you'll be losing some forwards, and the easiest move from now on will be Cox. The easiest to move on from would be Cox." So obviously we can't be bringing in random free agents because this is a draft to glory, but if there is former players there that we could actually afford, it wouldn't be a bad idea to bring them back. But yeah, I don't really know if we're gonna have the cap space and stuff like that, because Coley Minen is like probably gonna end up leaving, but that won't free up that much cap space for all of our RFAs and stuff like that. Also, Ruhul says, "Probably best not to put any hopes of having any former players in free agency, and try to get as many players back from the team that made the run to the finals this year." So yeah, I'm going to definitely try and keep this team as much together as possible, but it's going to be very, very tough. Next comment is from Doug Barons, who says, "Great run, tough loss. Third pair defensive core needs to be more 2-way D and not OFD. Your goalie wasn't the issue. Also, I don't think you would have the issue with keeping guys if you signed extensions the year before contracts expire. The 850 or the 85% trick works all the time if you do that." So I don't really know if that would be the case, because we have offered extensions before the seasons have started to guys, I'm pretty sure, like Parrott, Jorgensen, that type of thing, but they're still getting paid a ton of money. And it's, yeah, just very tough to manage the cap on a draft to glory team. But he was saying that the third pairing needs to be more 2AD and not offensively minded. So basically that is Jeffrey Bomeister and who was the other one on the top 6? I think it was Farrell. Yeah, so Farrell's a 2-way, but Bomeister is an offensive defenseman. I'm hoping that he gets maybe into the top 4 if we lose Coley Minen. I think he will actually get into the top 4 if we lose Coley Minen. That way he'll be with like Danner, Harakala, and Zikov. But yeah, the big loss of Coley Minen is going to hurt, since he's actually listed as a top 2 defenseman. And then the last comment is from Hockey Guy 88. He says, "Tough loss. That's it. I think you should take Glenn Cross with your first pick." So I haven't even really looked much into this draft, because I honestly, like I said, I haven't touched this series since I lost to that team. I'm going to hate Yuri Kulich. He might end up being one of those guys that are known about now in these series just because of the friggin' goals he scored against us. But he's saying to go with Glenn Cross. So we are drafting, obviously, really late in this first round. Where do we got Glenn Cross? Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, I pinned him. Okay. Yeah, 2 years out, he might end up being something decent. So, yeah, we'll probably end up taking him because of the 2-year ETA. But those were the comments I got from last episode. So let's continue to assimilate up to the awards and all that stuff. We have a long episode probably ahead of us, just because we got to do this entire off season. And I want to play it as careful as possible because if we make the wrong decisions, this team could be a really bad team next year. Who knows? So let's simulate up to the awards, which show up here. There you go. The New York Islanders are your Stanley Cup champions. Boo, should say Anchorage right there. And Rockford wins the Calder Cup. So there you go. Let's take a look at those awards because I am actually curious. There is a few players of ours that are up for awards, I'm pretty sure. Right? Yeah, I think it was like Derek Heath that I was looking at that could win potentially a Selke this year, but I don't remember if he was the unanimous #1. But still, I think some of our players are up there for potential awards. Oh yeah, what was it? I think we had the best goals against in the league, so I think Cox and Taze might have the Jennings this year, if I remember right. So Islanders Stanley Cup champions, Vegas won the President's Trophy, and we knocked them out in the playoffs, which means we should have won the Stanley Cup at that rate, but whatever. And yep, there we are. We get at least the Clarence S. Campbell Bowl, but that is just a petty prize. Goddamn. Eichel wins the Art Ross this year and the Hart. McCarr wins the Norris in Montreal. Also, the Lady Byng going to Jack Eichel. Frazier for Columbus wins the Calder. Geeky wins the Conn Smythe for the Islanders. Of course, it's Geeky too. The guy that I had with my Arizona series last year. And man, does Geeky have some flow on him. Hunter Jones wins the Vezina. And yep, there you go. Cox and Taze have won the William M. Jennings. So there's the first time we've ever had the Jennings in this series. Probably the last time we have the Jennings too, because I can't see us being a better defensive team without Coley Minen. Leonard wins the Masterton for Florida. Buffalo's coach wins the Jack Adams. Niemanen wins the Selke for the second straight year. Damn it. I wanted... yeah, Keith definitely deserves a chance at getting another Selke, but with all these good two-way forwards out there, it's going to be very tough for him to win another one. Eichel wins the Lindsay. I almost said the Jack Lindsay for some weird reason. Melvin Lowry wins the Maurice Richard. Interesting. We could have drafted that guy, which is kind of funny, but yeah, he beats out Parrott again. But Parrott at least had the Richard last season. AHL-wise, any awards for our AHL team down there? Oh, yep. Morgan Denny was the best defenseman in the entire AHL, which is a good sign. Maybe he becomes an NHL defender for us next season. I don't know how much points he picked up down there, but we got to take a look at that just for fun. So Morgan Denny might be an NHL defender. I don't know if they called him up already. Yeah, it did already call him up. So that means I got to go to the progress reports and all that stuff. I got to take a look at that. So Morgan Denny is an interesting guy. I believe he's a low lead too, right? Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, there he is. Yeah, 77, low lead at 20. He is definitely going to be jumping to the NHL this season. Yeah, for sure. He's definitely the replacement for Coley Minen. And then we'd be running Zikov, Heracala, Danner, Bouwmeester, Farrell, and Denny. It'd be nice to give Denny like a very big contract. Yeah, once his contract is up, because 64 points in his rookie season in the AHL. That's incredible. How's his offensive awareness and stuff? 92 passing, 82 offensive awareness, but still, I think he should be able to pick up points if we put him on like a power play unit. So yeah, that's a very important piece to get into our lineup. He was a 5th round pick too. Sometimes you have some really good luck late in rounds. But anyways, let's continue to simulate up to the draft because we need to get through the draft. We need to get through the re-sign stage. We need to get this team set up for next season. And St. Louis has the first overall pick, which they acquired from San Jose. Toronto number 2, Edmonton number 3, Chicago number 4, and Columbus moves from 15 up to number 5. Damn. So that is the draft lottery results. And retired player-wise, I don't think we lose anybody because we don't have anybody super old. But Austin Matthews retires in Chicago. Mitch Marner retires the same year, which is interesting. Line, Svechnikov, Keller. Yeah, some pretty good retirements this year. A lot of young guys in the NHL currently. So there you go. Any goalie retirements? Shesterkin, Hart, Demko, Vladar, Luukkonen. Some solid goalies too. There you go. And anybody becoming coaches? Yep, Nico Hischier is now a coach. Interesting. Coach retirement-wise, did we lose anybody? Nobody in the NHL and nobody in the AHL. Nice. That's a good sign. Okay. let's see what we got here in terms of the draft. We're just going to jump right into it right away because we need to get through this fast enough. So, wait, let me take a look at the draft board. What is it suggesting for us to take? I know we're going to take Glenn Cross for sure, but I still want to see what it's recommending. Bryce Chelios, 3 years out, probably a top 6. Julian Millman, who is looking like a really bad player. He's listed as a bust, and he definitely looks like one. And then Raymond Petrovic, which we don't know anything about. Hopefully we could get, I guess, is also this Addison dude is a gem. Low elite. Okay, that's one of those guys that I need to get in the 7th round. Okay. Well, actually, I would probably take him 6th round since he's supposed to go early 7th round, so. But we should be able to get ourselves another low elite, which hopefully will develop into being something decent for us. But anyways, let's take a look at this top 5. So St. Louis at number 1 is going to take DeMello, 84 overall sniper. Jeez. Gordon DeMello. Looks pretty good. Yeah, this guy's going to be a stud for them. A little bit of a smaller guy, so he's not going to be super strong on the puck. Actually, he's actually decent physically, but he's a smaller dude. Sometimes you don't get smaller dudes who are very physical. But, yeah, he actually has some good size to him. In terms of actually, like, he might be, like, jacked or something. Toronto at number 2 is going to take Denis Pepin. The most French guy, Jacques Denis Pepin. 83 overall, medium elite playmaker. Interesting. Looks pretty good. Wow, the way that I said that just made me sound like I'm French, which I'm not. But still, Jacques Denis Pepin. You know, you got to say it like that. Edmonton at number 3 is going to take Hutton, who is a 79 offensive defenseman. Looks pretty good. Obviously, he needs some room on development in terms of his passing and whatnot, but once those get good, he should be able to pick up quite a bit of points at the NHL level. Interesting. Looks like a pretty good player. Chicago at number 4 is going to take Cunning, who's a 79 overall medium elite sniper. Guess the replacement for Austin Matthews, who just retired. So there you go. Francisco Cunning. What a name. And Columbus at number 5 is going to take McCardle, who's a 78 overall two-way defenseman. Not bad. Okay, let's sum up to our pick and take Glenn Cross. So Glenn Cross should be still down here. There's also Kagorodov, but yeah, he doesn't look really that great, to be honest. So we're just going to go with Glenn Cross. With him being 2 years out at 18, he's probably decent, and he might have good shooting categories. Also, he's got the size and strength thing. He's got leadership ability, which obviously is a good thing. He's almost like Corey Perry, which is interesting. So I wonder if he's the type of player to get underneath your skin as well, because that's the type of player Corey Perry definitely is. Okay, Toby Glenn Cross, welcome aboard. 66 overall, top 6 power forward. Wow, okay. Wasn't expecting only top 6 potential, but he is a 66. He's a power forward, which is nice. And has some decent shooting out of the gate. And also has some superstar abilities back at you, so he's good at like reverse hits and big tippers, so he can deflect some pucks in front of the net. Not bad. Might be like a Brady Tkachuk right there almost. Yeah, that's not a bad pick. I mean, he's going to end up making the NHL at some stage probably if he develops well enough. And then, yeah, maybe he'll become a player that gets into our 3rd or 2nd line. I don't think he's going to be a first liner for us ever, but never know. Never know, maybe during some rough years. Because definitely we have some rough years ahead of us, I think. Kenny Powell, weakness in character, but a good shooter and all that stuff. Goal scoring, ooh. It's almost tough to say no to that. It's almost tough to say no to that for sure. It's just the character I don't really like, but as long as he's not one of these like badass characters, like, you know, or really bad characters like that get drafted in the NHL that shouldn't get drafted into the NHL. Example like Mitchell Miller. If this guy's at least kind of just like a player that gets kind of mad at times, like he's a very I don't really know how to explain it. He's very competitive or something like that. I don't really know. But yeah, I got to take this guy based on the shooting categories and stuff like that. Like, he's not going to be great at skating-wise and defensively and physically, but if he's a shooter and we put him next to a good playmaker, maybe this guy could score some goals. So we'll take Kenny Powell here. It's kind of a cool name too. We could call him like Kapow And he's a top 9 only, which sucks. No X factors, but does have good shooting. So he may become something at the NHL level, maybe become something at the AHL level. Regardless, there's our pick. Third round here now. Oh, there's a medium elite goalie. Maybe we'll just take him just because he's a medium elite goalie. And it's good to find ourselves another goaltender, especially when Cox is not doing as well as he should. Yeah, we're just going to take him. He's a 17-year-old as well, so he's got room to develop. 51 overall, medium elite hybrid goaltender, Spencer Pusher. There you go. Hopefully he can push the puck out of the net. Fourth round here. What have we just got? Wow, this draft class is dropping off. But we'll take the low lead at the 6th round. So, yeah, the rest of this draft is pretty much just guessing here on out. Low top 9. Has good shooting, but that's pretty much it. I might still take a chance with him anyways. There's also an Italian, I think, in Bryant Hood, which we know nothing about, but that's interesting seeing an Italian. Hey, bada boom, bada bing. No, sorry, that's kind of a bad thing to say. We'll take Vasicek. Yeah, we'll take Vasicek based on shooting. Why not? 55 overall. Marian Vasicek. Not bad. Actually, yeah, those shooting categories are good for the AHL. I don't really know if he develops into being something do we sign up anyways, but still I like it. Next pick here. Medium top 4 offensive defenseman. He's guaranteed to be a medium top 4. Well, I guess I got to take a chance with Dalton here. Even though he's 5 years out and he's 19. He's got the potential at least. We'll see if he ends up developing, but he's also from Belgium. That's a really interesting country to have a player from. So, Christopher Dalton, welcome aboard with that low potential. 54 overall is not terrible. He is another offensive defenseman, but I don't know. Maybe he becomes something for us. Maybe he doesn't. We'll see. And then we'll take our low elite here in the 6th round in Addison, since he's guaranteed to be a low elite. Yeah, he doesn't look the best, but we'll still take him since he's a gem. 51 overall playmaker, not bad. Bear Addison. There you go. And our last pick of the draft at number 230. Jeez, we've never drafted this late. Well, actually we have, I guess, when we lost to Florida. We gotta just take a chance on somebody that has random good attributes if we know their attributes. This guy looked interesting based on the shooting. That's a defenseman as well. We haven't taken a defender yet, so let's take a Nico Levo. Why not? He's 18 as well. Low top 4, not bad. 52 overall. Obviously, low top 4s don't always pan out, but still, I'll take a low top 4 at the last pick any day. Okay, so there is our draft. We get Glenn Cross, Powell, Pusher, Vasicek, Dalton, Addison, and Levo. Not a bad draft. Now we still have the re-sign stage to do and free agency if there's any former players out there. But yeah, this is kind of scary, this territory. We do got to bring back our head coach, so we'll definitely do that, since he just got us all the way to a Cup Finals. There you go, De Salvatore. And Dagenet will... What position are you? AHL associate. We'll sign you back up, I guess. There we go. Coaching-wise, assigned scout-wise, we need to bring back some scouts. Let's see. Huselius. Edith Huselius. What a name. Declan Volk. And what else we got here? Nicholas McNeely. And that's all we have for scouts to bring back. Yep, that's all the scouts we got to bring back. Okay, the tough place is here. The re-sign stage. We got to try and get through this somewhat quick, but man, only 45 million in cap space to get all these guys back is very unlikely. A lot of the AHL guys might ask for a lot of money too, which means I might have to wait till the start of next season to sign a bunch up for the AHL. But yeah, this is a very problematic offseason, I think, for this team. So let's start with our R phase here and qualify all these guys up, I think, because yeah, I can't really give guys like Hartnell and Haricallo $13 million and $14 million. We got to just qualify all these guys. Like, Danner, I would lock up long term if he wasn't asking for so much after one rookie season. Like, it's friggin' ridiculous how much the AI asks for in a draft to glory. LaRose is only 21 and 78, but he still wants like 2.4 million, which is way too much. Like, I hate how much the AI asks for in this type of mode. Like, that's the one problem with draft to glories. Like, I really love draft to glories, but when the AIs ask for so much, it's like friggin' ridiculous. Unsigned wise, are we going to sign any of these guys? Probably not. Not yet, at least. Yeah, probably not yet. Yeah, there's no use to sign any of those guys yet. UFAs, god damn it. Let's go to the bottom of this list first. DeMarchi's lowly potential, we'll sign you up. Clark's top 6 potential, we'll sign you up. Allison, low top 6. You're a 3rd round pick. You actually look decent. I feel like I should be given a chance on a lot of these guys. So, you know what? I'm going to sign a lot of these guys just in case for the AHL. And I might let go of a decent amount of good players from the AHL because we need to free up some room for the youngsters. We need to get that youth injection, you know. Yeah, see, like, guys like Persinger, he's not going to pan out. Unfortunately, he had the X Factors. We drafted him in the 3rd round. But, yeah, his time here is done. Guess he's probably going to want a one-way deal. Mueller, yeah, he wants a one-way deal. Not really worth it either. Some of these guys might come back, though, randomly at some stage if I see them ever in free agency. This Bouwmeester, low top 4 offensive defenseman, I think he's gone as well. Because I can't really give him a one-way deal. So he's gone for now. And then we got our NHL guys to worry about here. Which starts off with Walzer. Felix Walzer, what are you wanting, man? $2 million bucks? No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't think I could bring you back here. He's an okay player, but he's never panned out to that top 6 potential that we drafted him at. Let me actually try and find a pen around here so I could write down other players I would let go of just in case they're available still free agency-wise at the start of the season. Okay, I found myself my pen. I thought it was already like not too far away, so now this pen's not working. You gotta be joking me. Oh, there's the other pen I was looking for. There you go. Okay, so Walzer is somebody we're going to be letting go of. So I'll write down Felix Walzer, who is a right winger. We're also going to let go, I guess, of Vandenbush and stuff for now because a lot of these guys shouldn't be automatically signed up by AI. Actually, 1650 is not as bad. Like, Walzer's asking for $2 million, but I feel like we need to just free up as much cap space as possible. And if these guys are still available free agency-wise in like a few weeks, then we could sign them for less. So yeah, I'm going to write down Vandenbush and Cassian and stuff as well. So our entire 4th line basically is going to get dropped for now. Just because I need to make sure that we could afford the more important players, you know. As the 4th liners we could replace with AHLers anytime and it will be okay. But other than that, we need to focus on our top guys. And that's the most important thing. So Cassian, okay, so those guys are all gone. Eichel is one of these guys that hasn't played in the NHL yet, but he's been really solid at the AHL level, and he's probably wanting a lot of money. Not a lot. I might just take a chance on that. Yeah, 2 years at $12.75 is actually not that bad. Let's do it. Let's do it. He's barely an NHL defender, but we do need depth defenders, especially when we keep losing guys. Like, we might lose Heracala next offseason, so. What about Trey Farrell? Yeah, I don't see you being worth $6 million bucks, so I think Farrell might be gone, to be honest, as well for now. Hopefully he's there at the start of the next season, which I think he was last time we let him walk, so that's actually a good sign. So we'll go T. Farrell. Also, Byron Farrell might be gone here. Yeah, I can't really afford. I could do 1 year at 6.9 or 6.7 or something. He's actually the best UFA that we have other than Coley Minen. What is Taze wanting as our backup? Not too much. Not too much at all. We do need to sign Volk to his ELC. But, what was it? In the system-wise, yeah, we don't have really a goalie that could take over that backup spot. So, I am going to keep on giving contracts to Taze for now. I think that's decent to get him back as our backup. How much good RFAs do we have? Quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know if I could afford Coley Minen. So Byron Farrell, though, I don't mind giving him a little bit of a contract because he's important to that team's second line. I just don't really want to. He takes a big chunk of our cap space, but not too much. Because if we end up losing Byron Farrell, basically we're down to Keith, and then Wong is our second line center, which actually Wong doesn't take faceoffs, though. It would be Claxton likely to be our second line center. I wish I could just qualify Byron Farrell, but he's a UFA. Let me actually already let go of the fourth line just because I need to see what we got going for us. So, what is Koivunen after, out of curiosity? Yeah, I can't see $16 million being worth it for Koivunen. Some team's going to be willing to give him that, though, probably. But, yeah, that's a very steep price. He doesn't actually want an extension either, so we'd probably have to up the price quite a bit. And then Byron Farrell doesn't want an extension either. I feel like I should try and keep them regardless. 2 years at, yeah, let's just give him exactly what he wants for 2 years. I want to keep Byron Farrell just for the offense, but like I feel like we could easily replace Koivunen with the younger defenseman, like I said, Denny. So that's not bad. Also, Trey Farrell will be leaving, but he might end up coming back if he's still a free agent in a few months or something like that. So, yeah, let's advance it in and see if we get at least Byron Farrell back. If we don't, we might have to let him walk as well, which will be a big slap to the face because I thought that guy was going to be here longer, but he's only been here for like a few seasons. He accepted. Okay. That's not bad. I'm surprised he accepted since he wasn't looking for an extension. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Now we have $36 million. These two are gone. And then all these guys, like I feel like Hartnell, Harakala, Wong, Danner, Bouwmeester, LaRose, those guys are going to take a lot of the cap space we have left. And then the other guys, not as much. Cox as well is going to take a good amount of money. So I think, unfortunately, we have to let go of both these guys. So first, Trey Farrell, best of luck in free agency. If you're still there at the start of the season, I'll definitely maybe try to bring you in for the top 6 pairing again. And then Esa Koivunen, his time here is done because of the amount of money he's asking for. He's a stud of a defenseman in a sense that he picks up a good amount of points, especially assists. He's also good defensively, at least over the last few years. And yeah, he came off a really good playoff performance, but unfortunately he's going to have to walk just because we eventually RFA'd him all the way to free agency. And now I don't think I could justify spending $15 million on him when we have all these guys here. So yeah, Esa Koivunen, best of luck in free agency. We'll see where you end up signing. That really hurts. And Tays rejected his contract, actually. I'm glad I looked on that. Let's give him a little bit more because we do need to solidify that backup role. And Tays just came off of winning a Jennings with Cox, so he's actually pretty decent. Okay, let's see if he accepts that. Hopefully he does. And there you go. He is accepted. Perfect. So we are good in terms of the UFAs. Now all these RFAs are all qualified. And we should still have maybe some cap space left over to bring back former players at the end of the offseason. I don't really know. But let's advance to free agency and see if any RFAs start accepting or not. Oh, man, our head coach rejected. I didn't even realize that. We need to rehire him. Let's see if we can get DeSalvatore back again. I'm not losing out on this boy. I'm not losing out on him. He just got us to a Stanley Cup Finals. So there you go, DeSalvatore. Accept that, please. We cannot afford to lose on him. And we lost out on our scouts, too. 2 of them didn't accept. Lintner and Schustrom. Let me go back and get those ones, I guess. Lidstrom and... I don't even remember what they said. Schustrom and Lintner was the ones, right? All regions. Schustrom and Lintner. So Schustrom, that was this one. Let's re-sign you. And Lintner. I almost want to say Lidstrom for some reason. There you go, Lintner. We'll sign you guys back up because we need you back. Okay, so that is good. What do we got re-sign stage-wise? Any former players in free agency? I'm not going to sign anybody out of the gate right now because we need to focus on our R phase. But 3 teams are interested in Coley Minor at that price. Those being Florida, Boston, and Seattle. So Coley Minor might head to the Eastern Conference, interestingly enough. Former player-wise, don't see really anything here, at least right now. Any goalies that are former players of ours? Does not look like it. Oh, Harry Neal went back to free agency. After his Stanley Cup win, I forgot to mention with the New York Islanders, since he was the backup. But yeah, he's a free agent again. So there you go. Let's sim to next season already so we can get these RFAs to start accepting. And yeah, hopefully like Trey Farrell or somebody's like that is still in free agency. I'll probably take a look at where Coley Mining is to start next episode, just because this episode's already like at 30-something minutes. Screw you, DeSalvatore. Frig, we lose out on our head coach too. That's a big loss. We need to find ourselves a head coach that works well with this team now. God damn it, DeSalvatore. You just brought us all the way to a Stanley Cup Finals and then you decide to just dip out. God damn it. Maybe this Jocelyn guy's good? No, not really. 57% in Alexander Lapointe. Why not? You could be our... Actually, he's a veteran coach. I don't really like... Actually, we are kind of a veteran team at this point, when you think about it. Huh. Let me take a look at who else is there. There's another 57. Oh, it's Chris Tanev. He's good with defenders. Who's the best generalist out there? The best generalist fit for our team. 52% probably. Yeah, we'll probably just go with Greg Ramirez here. We just need to find ourselves a head coach. Minnesota's also interested, but we'll try and give Mr. Ramirez a good amount of money for a good amount of term, and we'll hopefully have him be our coach for quite some time. But if not, Joe Thornton could end up becoming our head coach. So let's advance to the 30th of July. Or 31st of July. See if we got any RFAs to start accepting. God damn it. All these coaches don't want to accept with this team. They just know that this team is doomed for the future. God damn. I honestly might promote Joe Thornton as our head coach. But he works good with forwards more. He's not like a generalist. 48... 57. I might as well just go with Lapointe, even though he's a veteran coach. He looks like he's close to retirement too, so I'll just give him some money. He should accept this because he's an associate coach and he's going to get a head coach job, but he might end up being our associate coach instead, depending on if Thornton works better with their team or whatnot. Because it would be interesting to have Joe Thornton behind the bench as the main head coach, you know. But let's continue to advance. You reject the offer because you don't like the quality of a roster. That is a shot, man. That is a shot. Why are you slapping me in the face? We just came off a Stanley Cup Finals loss and you don't like the quality of our roster. I'm having troubles finding coaches here. But that's okay. Let's give Lapointe more money because I do not know why he doesn't like the quality of our roster. Like, you think coming off of a Stanley Cup Finals loss, like, this guy would all be over trying to be a head coach for a Stanley Cup contending team. But then again, we just lost Coley Mine, and maybe he doesn't like the defensive core. Because, I mean, the defensive core is probably taking a big hit, so. But yeah, I'm excited to see what at least the team looks like next season, but it still really sucks. Okay, there we go. My sources tell me that your staff chemistry is excellent, so I'm hopeful that I could join the staff with a little drama. Interesting. If you cause the drama though, man, you're gonna get cut. Okay, wait, so we got some RFAs accepting. I think Larry Wong was one of them. But Larry Wong might head to free agency next year, which sucks because he's a pending UFA now. RFA wise, we still got Hartnell, Harikala, Danner, Bouwmeester, and LaRose holding out, and Cox. But we got 32 million at least, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's continue to simulate. Once again, I apologize about the length of these episodes lately. I've just been I don't know, I've been slower at recording or something. I just like having longer episodes in a sense. So LaRose is accepted. That's good to see. Still these guys are holding out. Cox is accepted. Nicely done, Cox. Even though I don't really like Cox's performance, at least at last year in the playoffs. Let's go back to our RFAs. The rest of these guys we should be able to get back now. We have 28 million in cap space. Ooh, damn, 6 million. Okay, we'll take it. 7 million. Jeez, yeah, this is why we needed to get rid of Koivunen. 3 million. And Bouwmeester, 3 million. Jeez, that's a lot of money for all 4 of those guys, but it is what it is. Got to give them their money because we need them to play next season. So let's continue to sim up to next season, as all these guys are going to accept. There we go. And then we'll take a look and see if any of our former players are still in free agency, because we did let go of that entire 4th line. So I am hoping that they are still there, some of them. Oh, that's a different Koivunen. I was like, what? Who the heck is this? But it's Hanyu Koivunen. Interesting. That's actually kind of funny. Okay, former player-wise, we got anybody here still? Any of our 77s that we'd let go of? Hopefully. Because it'd be nice to bring back some players. Or else our 4th line is going to be pretty bad, I think, this season. Maybe I should have just re-signed them. Oh, Vandenbush is still there. That's our former Vandenbush, right? Yep, it is. Okay. We'll sign you back up. 2-way deal. I will accept that. So Vandenbush is back. Good. I don't know about Walzer and stuff. Oh, Walzer's still there too. Nice. They both want 2-way deals. So we got Felix Walzer back as well. And is Cassian there? Is Cassian back in free agency, or did he sign somewhere else? A lot of 77s in free agency, so it's taking a while just to find them. No, it looks like Cassian might have signed somewhere else. And Trey Farrell, is he back there still in free agency? No, he's not. So he signed somewhere else as well, which is unfortunate. So we'll find out about where those guys signed in next episode. But there is that. Let me actually advance a few more days just to get those other 77s in. So Walzer and Vandenbush, thank you. We'll call you guys up. And then we're going to have to set up our lines. But I think this team should be okay this season still. It just sucks that we lost out on Koivunen. Like, I don't know where the heck he's gone now. So we'll send down Savonin for now. Actually, wait. Yeah, we'll send down Savonin. And Svoboda and Hagos. And we'll go best lines for the second. Yeah, not bad. Oh, Sergei Bobkov, I forgot about you. He's jumped up. Nice. That's a huge win for our team with him jumping up. That's a huge win. Parrott obviously has to be on the top line. I don't know why he's not. So we go with that. We go with that. Our team actually looks pretty good still, to be honest, on offense. Yeah, our team actually looks pretty good still. Walzer is kind of like a depth option, but that's okay. The defensive core is a bit iffy chemistry-wise. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's actually terrible chemistry-wise. So we might have to change coaches at our next episode. But there is our team, and it actually looks pretty good. Like, I mean, this offense could honestly win a Stanley Cup. The defensive core, maybe not so much, but yeah, that's that. AHL-wise, let's go best lines down here. Novikov needs to be in the lineup down there. And Koskarena jumped up to an 80. Maybe I shouldn't have signed Taze back up. I think I'm going to call up Koskarena and run like a 3-headed monster and see who's the best goalie out of the 3, though. Get Falk in there. And yeah, we'll call up Koskarena. And then basically the backup goalies like Taze and stuff like that will they'll duel it out basically for the backup role this season. But I think Koskarena is going to take it, just because him being younger and whatnot. I didn't want to go best lines down there. We'll start with Koskarena as the goalie at the backup spot. And then Taze will get some time this year as well. But yeah, I'm actually excited for this season. Despite our team like losing a big defenseman like Koivunen, our team still looks okay. Like Eichel jumping up and Bouwmeester jumping in and whatnot. It's not terrible, but we have so many OFDs though. Like our entire bottom 4 defenders are all OFDs. And then Harakal is also in OFD. So we literally only have 1 two-way defenseman and no DFDs. So that's not a great sign. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Anchorage Ice Tigers Draft to Glory franchise mode. So next episode, we will find out where Coley Minen signed, all that stuff. We'll simulate the season. I'll probably make some coaching changes just so we could try and get that chemistry better on the defensive core. But I more than likely will pre-record next episode just to see how this team sims and all that type of thing. So let me know this thing down below, and I'll see you guys next time.